I never get tired of hearing that.
Never, ever, ever do we get tired of hearing that. Hope you don't get tired of hearing it as well. And you know what time it is. It's time for the hometown movie guys. Craig and Andy in the room. Oh, we should invite Bug in. Say, Bug, come on in. Hey, do a hometown movie guys. Nathan, busy working, busy preparing the theater for the day. That's what we'll say. And so we will talk movies today. Hey, any new ones coming in today?
Just one new one today.
One new one. What do we got?
It's an interesting film.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, Nicole Kidman. Baby Girl.
Baby. Oh, this is the one. Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
kind of
this is the
Erotic romance.
It's Tale of Seduction.
Yeah, some interesting stories that have come out of the production, the making of this film.
Oh.
Yes, Andy, you read about any of those?
I have not.
No. What is it again? It's
Baby Girl.
Baby Girl.
Baby Girl.
Was there hanky or panky going
Oh,
on?
there was hanky and panky, I believe.
Not good.
Well,
Hollywood. Hollywood.
no. Yeah, they're just.
At least she's of age.
No, yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah, creating intimacy, for a baby girl.
That's what this is. Nicole Kidman's an older executive, and she starts a torrid affair with a much younger intern.
They describe it as a hypersexual role that she played here in Baby Girl.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman's she's very good. She's been in some other stuff here that we've seen recently, but yeah, she's quite the actress. So sometimes we forget that, I think. But
Yeah.
She's so beautiful that we forget that she can act.
no,
And
very well
by
done,
God,
very well.
she can.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this one, probably not a huge budget movie, I'd say, Andy, is it?
No, this is A24.
A24, okay.
Which they kind of have a reputation for making really solid movies. Sometimes they're a little bit out there. Some different type films too, original stuff.
Yeah. But to answer your question, Chris, $20 million.
20 million.
Yeah,
That's
which
it.
by
Wow.
Hollywood standards is not really a great deal.
Yeah.
And for me, that would be a reach. It would be tough for me to raise that much money.
25%, that was probably Nicole Kidman's salary.
Yeah, because are there any other big names in this one?
Antonio Banderas.
Oh, okay. Whom does he play?
He plays her husband.
Oh, okay.
And of course, this is when you're married and you have a love affair with your much younger intern. Often that has a deleterious effect on your marriage. So keep that in mind, people out there in radio land.
Yeah.
Don't cheat on your wife or your husband.
No,
Bad deal.
No, it usually does not end well. It's not good. Just say no. So this one, let's see, Rotten Tomatoes. What have they so far? Critics, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty solid. 77% so far, and audience a little bit lower, but
That's
we'll see.
unusual.
Yeah. And what does it say on here? This Christmas, get exactly what you want.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. You see, and it goes back now. Yeah, hey, come on.
And I guess needless to say, this is an R-rated film.
R-rated.
Let's keep the kids out of there.
Yeah, a sometimes campy, frequently entertaining modern update to the erotically charged movies of the 90s, like Basic Instinct and 9.5 Weeks. So it's along those lines.
okay.
So, Baby Girl, and again, rated R. What are the times on this
1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock.
All right, and this one, a new movie to the theater. Are you going to see this one today?
Yeah, that's the new one, and I certainly will go see it. I'm just kind of charmed that Antonio Banderas is playing the preyed upon husband, and Nicole Kidman is still playing the attractive leading woman.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like only yesterday that Antonio Banderas was the young lover.
Mm-hmm. And now he, wow.
Now he's the wronged husband.
The wronged husband, yeah.
And then another few years, he's gonna be the grandpa.
Yeah, well, he's also Puss in Boots.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I, remember him or think of him now, that role. He did such a, oh my gosh, great job in that one.
Did you ever
So,
see 13th Warrior?
Oh, so good.
I think, yeah, that's Antonio Banderas, huh? Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, there we go. So that one's starting today. Baby Girl at Sawmill Theatres, again rated R. Movies that are still in the theater. Where do you want to start, Andy? What out of the movies that are still showing or that are in the theater? Which one did you? Let me see. I know you saw Homestead.
Yep.
And what do you think?
I think I've seen them all except, well, I haven't seen Nosferatu.
Okay.
And I haven't seen Jim Carrey
Sonic
as
3?
Knuckles in Sonic 3.
Ooh, we saw that one. I can do it. Yeah, that was. But Homestead, you saw Homestead.
Yep.
So what was your rating on that? How many saw blades?
I think I gave it 4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So
Which is, it's
saw
a
the movie then, huh?
Yeah, I thought so. Only famous person in there is Neil McDonough.
Yes.
Is that how we do that one?
That's yeah.
Close enough?
As good as I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's a good solid movie, and you go through the whole movie, and it's kind of standard fare for post-apocalypse movies. That's the Homestead is a hideout just outside of Salt Lake City.
Okay.
That the Neil McDonough character, Ian Ross, has spent many years developing into a prepper stronghold. So he has tons and tons and tons of food and lots of guns and
Gotcha.
medical supplies. He's got about 200 people in his compound, and so it's very kind of conventional apocalypse stuff. And then right at the end, we get a Christian faith twist that just shocked me.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I won't tell you what happens.
Yeah. No.
But,
Don't give it away.
But I was surprised and pleased. I
Wow.
shouldn't have been surprised because it's Angel Studios.
Uh-huh. But wow, that's good that it had a twist, or it wasn't just all predictable and like, but
And we mentioned Baby Girl only spent 20 million.
How about Homestead?
Homestead 8 million.
8 million.
Yeah.
Oh wow, and what is that?
Angel Studios, by golly, they can make a movie with not much money.
Yeah, and they did. I mean, it's been doing great up here, hasn't it, Craig?
Yeah, no, it's done quite well, yes.
Yeah. Wow. And I wonder, do we have numbers, or
Yeah,
did they report
15 million, that's 15 million in
Already.
box office, yeah.
Wow. So almost double. Almost double.
Yeah,
already.
so, and that's my rule of thumb, if they can double it, then they're into profitability.
Then you're good. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, that seems like a safe. I don't want to say guaranteed formula, but a pretty safe formula where when you keep the budgets down there, 10 million or less. Wow.
Yeah.
When it's being released to all of the
That's
big
what
movie
that's what you have
theaters.
with Angel Studios. They're kicking these movies out. They're lower budget films. Of course, most of these with a faith-based message to them,
Uh-huh.
and they do quite well with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can come out with a national release, across the country,
Mhm.
$5 million, $8 million you spend on a movie, you're probably gonna make profit on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in this day and age, there's so many other ways to make money with a movie than, just the theatrical release. The theatrical release, of course, is what we care about, because we like going to the movies.
Yeah.
And, I recently, for the first time, got streaming service, and it's wonderful. And it made me ponder the difference between watching TV in your living room
Mhm.
and watching a movie in the theater.
Yes.
And what I came up with is focus.
Uh-huh.
When you're in the theater, you have no distractions. You're there. You're watching this great production
Mhm.
and seeing all of the efforts of sometimes thousands of talented people to put this movie together for you. And you're not worried about, oh, geez, I've got to let the dog out, or I'm kind of hungry, or
Yeah.
anything like that. You're just focused on the movie, and I think that's why the theatrical experience is so much more satisfying for a movie guy.
Mhm. And there's that. I think there's multiple reasons, and that's a good one.
That's the
fewer-
best one.
That's the best one. Also, that, and we've talked about this before, and you've brought this up many times, Craig, where movies are made for the big screen. There's some that are made for the big screen to where they're just not the same at home. One that comes to mind that I know you, oh my gosh, gushed over is Maverick. And in the movie theater, the cinematography, the shots. I remember, you talking about the scenes in the fighter jets and just how grand those scenes were. And even if you have a brand new 98-inch TV at home, it's still not as big as a movie theater screen. And you just don't get the same effect.
Yeah, plus you've got your grandkids running in and saying, Grandpa, Grandpa, that's naughty, right in the middle of some crucial plot twist.
Mhm.
The other one too, it's a shared experience when you're in the theater. You kind of, with your fellow viewers, and you're all kind of drawn into the movie, and you get the same reactions and everything too.
Yeah.
It's a totally different experience.
Yeah, yeah, it, different experience in there, the sound also with, the Sony, sound system, and depending on the film, you can kind of feel some of those scenes, so, yeah, it is just a totally different experience where, some movies, maybe not a big difference between the theater and at home. If you have a nice, larger TV, a sound system, still going to, have some good effects, but some of them, and I was thinking the next movie, Mufasa, The Lion King. You saw that one, didn't you? How?
Oh boy, definitely a movie to see on the big screen.
Gotcha, okay.
It is grand in the best Disney tradition of grandness.
Wow. Wow.
It's fun.
Yeah. How much, they put a little bit of
Oh,
money
boy,
into this.
did
They
they
put a little bit
ever.
of coin into this one, didn't they?
$200 million.
Woo! So you have two movies in the theater, Homestead, $8 million. Baby Girl, $20 million. And then Mufasa, $200 million.
Yeah.
Wow. But what is it?
365.
Wow. So close, not far from doubling.
Yeah, and this movie will be making money for Disney for, the next 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So
And good voice cast too. Beyonce,
Beyonce, yeah, that's right.
Thandie Newton,
Uh-huh.
and Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, wow.
Seth Rogen's the voice of the warthog.
Pumbaa, right?
Pumbaa.
And Timon. Oh my gosh. Who is, and I have to look it up, or unless you know, but one of my favorite characters, Pumbaa and Timon, great, Rafiki. Rafiki, such a good one as well.
I don't know who does that. No, nobody famous.
Nobody famous, gotcha. So Mufasa rated PG, showtimes 1, 4, and 7. This one doing strong up here, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, we got kind of a trifecta right now of kids' movies.
Uh-huh.
Of course, and Hollywood knows what they're doing. You know, we get Christmas time, so the kids' movies are out.
Yeah, oh yeah, because this one, on Sonic, and then Moana 2.
Moana's still in there. And
So-
doing well.
So Mufasa, strong, doing good, rated PG, a great kids movie. Moana too, you saw that one as
Sure
well?
enough, yeah.
And what did you think of this one?
Oh, I liked it. Dwayne Johnson, and it's hard for me to get my lips around the lead actress's name. Ili Cavallo.
Oh, okay.
And she's from Hawaii, and which is good for this movie because it's about Polynesians.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So
Yeah.
there we are. Also Dwayne Johnson, who's part of his heritage is Samoan, again Polynesian, so that's good. And Alan Tudyk, who's not Polynesian at all.
No. But Moana 2, another, again, rated PG, showtimes on this one, 15, 4:15, and 7:15. And, to have three just great kids movies right now, that's kind of unusual. There have been like a couple out, a couple big ones, but to have three, yeah, great timing.
And, we wonder why some of these other movies aren't having the success that we think they should enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because Moana 2 is sucking up all the money.
So what, Moana 2, how much was this one to make?
They spent $150 million to make it,
Okay.
and it's brought in at the box office $911 million. So
Oh my God.
it's reaching towards the coveted $1 billion mark. So we'll see.
Wow, that's almost not quite three times, but what, Mufasa? That's like a lot more than Mufasa.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
It's had more time too, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, Moana had when it opened to I think 240 million in 5 days.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was over the Thanksgiving break, and yeah, it took off. That 5-day holiday was really good, so it had a big jump.
I think, whether it was Moana, Mufasa, or movie we'll talk about next, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, whichever one would have opened, that early, probably would see big numbers, like this. So they just really took advantage of that kind of opening a little bit earlier. Wow.
Yep, they did a good job with their timing on this one.
And who,
And it's a good movie too. I mean,
and this one Disney as well. So Disney is this one and Mufasa.
yep.
And wow.
And Deadpool versus Wolverine
Yeah.
early in the year. So yeah, Disney's had a pretty solid year.
Yep.
Yeah, they made a little bit of money, a little bit of moolah.
They needed to.
Yeah.
They were struggling there.
Disney's kind of the opposite of A24. You know, that's,
Yeah, they
Well, they-
have the big budgets, the 150 to 200 million dollar.
And Wicked did well too. Another Disney
Well,
one.
no, that was Universal.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
I'm sorry.
Universal, yeah.
Wow. Moana 2 is still in theaters, again, PG, rated PG. Solid children's movie, and then the final children's movie, the last one in the theater, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, rated PG, showtimes 12:45, 3:45, and 6:45. And took the grandkids to see this
Oh,
one.
how'd they like it?
Oh my gosh, our grandson Hudson, 2 years old, and he didn't sit down the entire movie. He was standing right there at the railing and just kind of cheering on the hedgehogs, getting into it. He had a great time, yeah. And then our 4-year-old granddaughter, she loved it as well. So yeah, great, very entertaining, and I was entertained. Jim Carrey in this movie, oh my goodness, playing two roles, the evil villain and then his grandfather. So yeah, it's very, very entertaining. It's a good movie. The voices, funny, the humor, there's some really good humor in there as well.
And PG rated, so it's available for, in your case, for a 2-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
Seemed to like it just fine.
2-year-old did great. So what was the budget on this one?
122 million, 122 million.
So this one, out of the 3, the lowest. You had 200 Mufasa, 150 Moana 2, and now this one 120. Wow. And what has it been doing box office?
235 at the box office, so it's on the cusp of profitability.
Wow. So Moana 2 has like run away with it out of these 3 movies, huh?
Yeah, I thought between Moana and Mufasa it was gonna be a lot closer, but
Wow. Yeah.
Moana really took off.
It did, huh? And then this one, they expected, real solid, and these are solid. I mean, solid numbers, but wow.
The other one too, Moana came out back in November. We had really no kids movies.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so you got that kind of vacuum. So when Moana got there first, everyone brought their kids out to see this thing. It was the first
Yeah.
kid offering that we'd had for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
And then it'll happen again here too. We got these 3 now, but when those go away, we'll have a little bit of a dark period there where kids movies are kind of few and far between.
The dark period.
We get some big ones coming up here for the summertime, but
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch and Elio, and there's a few, again, Disney stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that's, yeah. So 3 kids movies in the theater right now, rated PG-13. And then the final movie, and you said you didn't see this one. I watched a little mini documentary on the making of this movie. Oh my goodness. It, made me really want to see this. And this is Nosferatu.
That's right, yes. Not a kid's movie.
Not a kid's movie, rated R, vampire movie. But, wow, they showed, talked to the actors about, the filming, the cinematography. They made, like, the sets, the castle that Nosferatu he's in. They made the castle. They made these towns. Whoa. It was really impressive. And then the director, obviously the actors, raved about him, but one of the actors in here, Willem Dafoe, and he was very complimentary of the director.
Critics love this film. Yeah, critics really love this.
Yeah, it's they said it, was done just really well, and the costumes, everything, just all the details in the movie. They said it was amazing. So
Great cast too.
Oh yeah,
Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult played the big blue furry guy in the Avengers movies.
Mhm.
Oh, Beast. Yeah,
Beast,
yes.
yeah. And a bunch of other stuff too. He was in just a wonderful zombie movie where love so powerful that even death could not interfere with it. I really like that one. But Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter. Aaron Taylor Johnson, if you remember the Kick. Can't say that on the radio, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Kick butt. Yeah.
Kick butt.
There we
Kick
go.
butt,
And Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. I always
Willem
get that
Dafoe.
one wrong.
Yeah.
But it's R-rated, folks. So
Yeah.
R-rated vampire movie, and with a great lineage too. I think, just off the top of my head, I want to say that the very first vampire movie ever made was Nosferatu. Back in the early 20s, black and white, of course, and silent,
Wow.
and still very creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Yeah. This one, where is this one description? I like this. Marvelously orchestrated by director Robert Eggers, Nosferatu is a behemoth of a horror film that is equal parts repulsive and seductive.
Ooh.
Yeah. This one, Nosferatu is gorgeous yet inert, the cinematic equivalent of an exquisite corpse. There's no point in driving a stake through a heart that isn't beating in the first place. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Spellbound dark gothic masterpiece, maybe the perfect vampire film is what
Wow.
this person, yeah.
That is lavish praise.
Yeah. Yeah, so it did, and just I guess the story, how this Nosferatu lures the husband of this woman away to this castle, his castle, and then traps him in the castle so he can prey on his wife, and he's trying to get back to his wife.
You know, they've done, I don't know how many vampire movies we have out there. It's a pretty common theme, but yeah, when they're done well, that's good.
Yeah.
The old one with Keanu Reeves, like in, was it 92? Dracula with Keanu Reeves, and then Gary Oldman as Dracula. That one was
I never saw that. Oh,
What was that one called?
Dracula.
Dracula.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good.
1992.
92.
Yeah. Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder,
Yes, yeah.
Keanu Reeves, Anthony Hopkins was in that as well. That was, let's see what that did. So that one, audience score 79 on that Dracula, critics 69. What would you guess the Nosferatu, the critics' rating on this so far? The tomato meter, what do you think the
I'm
tomato
gonna
meter
say
says?
85.
Haha, that's exactly what it is. 85. 85 and the popcorn meter 75. But yeah, critics 85 on this one. So yeah.
And on this stuff too, we do have 3 movies coming in next week,
Okay.
and then 3 the following week. So if you're wanting to see any of these movies,
See 'em now.
Now's the time to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd imagine this one too on the big screen. Ooh, this would be, if all the sets and the cinematography is just really, really over the top, then that would be good.
I wonder how much they spent on Abraham Lincoln versus the vampires.
Really, Vampire Hunter.
Do you know what the budget on this one was?
Yes, I do.
Do you have 50 million?
50
million.
Yep, which
Yeah.
is, quite a bit for a vampire movie, I would think.
Yeah.
But if they're building their own castles,
Yeah.
that's expensive.
And towns, because talking to when I was talking to the one guy, no, but when this guy was explaining, they tried to find a set, they tried to find a town that they felt was worthy of, the setting and everything, and they couldn't. They visited all these different towns in Europe, Eastern Europe, everywhere.
That would just be such tough duty, you
Yeah,
go
I
to
know.
Pilsner in Czechoslovakia, look at the castles.
And castles-
Oh, no, these just won't do.
That's the other thing. They said they visited all these castles to try and find a castle, and they're like, nope. So okay, let's just build it. So they built these sets.
Well, I admire that kind of gumption.
So that's probably what drove that cost up. From maybe a 20 or 30 million.
It makes a difference too, I think, when they do that, rather than going with CGI on some of the stuff.
Oh yeah, no
It's,
CGI.
yeah.
Yeah. And then they showed the makeup, and on Nosferatu, elongated his fingers just a little with the nail, and
Oh,
yeah.
that's creepy.
And yeah, this one, it looks, I don't get into scary movies, but not the blood and gore, but this with the suspense.
Creepy.
Just the
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
suspense. Ooh.
Dracula is ultimately a love story. It really is.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Wow.
about,
Yeah, and that's,
Crossing oceans of time.
yeah, this one, an obsession, is a gothic tale of obsession between a haunted young woman, that she has I guess she's closer to the spirit world, or she can feel, presence of spirits or whatever, and a terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you get mixed up with vampires, it ain't gonna be
She
good.
didn't want to, Andy. This isn't like Baby Girl, where she's like, hey, looking for a young 20-year-old, 20-something, you know, here's you look at a 2,000-year-old vampire that's creeping on her. Yeah, and I don't know how you like, you know, would avoid that, or you know what you could do to kind of keep that from happening.
Never leave Scranton.
Oh yeah, 2 hours and 12 minutes on this one too. So
Not too bad.
Get your
not too
money's
bad.
worth.
Yeah, so there we go. So
And don't forget the popcorn.
don't forget the popcorn, and you can check out all the movies on the website sawmilltheatres.com, and then also coming soon, A Complete Unknown Story.
Ooh, can't wait for that one.
That's next Friday.
Yeah.
That's one. Then A Better Man.
Mm.
We're gonna see on that one.
Better Man?
It's a story of a pop star from the 90s.
Mm.
But
Robbie Williams.
Robbie Williams, yes, Robbie Williams.
Oh wow, yeah.
But he saw himself as he put it in there, a little less evolved. So the main character is like a chimpanzee.
A chimp.
Yeah,
Well, has
chimpanzee.
has a chimp. Huh.
Definitely CGI. A CGI
Yeah.
chimp. So
Gotcha. And then Den of Thieves 2.
Gerard
Oh,
Butler.
that should be good.
Butler,
Yeah.
yes. And then the week after that, Wolfman.
Yes. Or horror films.
Another horror film.
They always do every year. January, February. It seems like a bunch of horror movies come out.
Mm. And then a little bit later in the month, a little Mark Wahlberg action with Flight Risk.
Risk.
Flight Risk, Mark Wahlberg.
September 5th in there too.
Mm.
September 5th. That was the Olympics.
Mm.
The
Munich Olympics slaughter?
I believe so. Yes.
Mm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So,
Hostages and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, so check it out, sawmilltheaters.com. But, well, thank you, movie guys. Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. And thank you, Andy.
You bet. Thanks for letting us in.
Yes, and thank you everyone for watching and listening, and enjoy the movies. Get out there and get yourself some popcorn. And hey, time to head back to the music here. I just realized also this was our first program of 2025.
25.
I know, wow.
So you're gonna play some Dylan for us?
You know, I don't know what we got coming up in the playlist that would be appropriate. If not today, definitely next week, huh?
I'm saying you treated me unkind.
Whoa,
Could
don't-
have done better, but I don't mind.
And
Don't think twice, it's all right.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, I guess, doing all of his own singing in that too.
oh wow,
Yeah.
that, do a little Tangled Up in Blue. Yeah, that's some good, really good Bob Dylan songs. We have some good songs on there. Yeah. Well, hey, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Here we go. Get back to music with some Gordon Lightfoot, John Fogerty, and America. But first, let's hear from the National Weather Service. You guys have a great weekend. See ya.
How's our fire doing?
Oh, see you guys.